Long time no see, eh? So hey guys, it is Wingy here. I am back after a year of not being here. And today I'm going to be looking at the 60th anniversary specials. Of course, starting off with the Star Beast. Now, going into these episodes, I've got to say, when I first saw the trailer and like some of the behind the scenes stuff, you know, like you see David Tennant out in his new costume, which is awesome, by the way. I got excited. I really did. And then obviously the news came out that Ncuti Gatwa was going to be the next Doctor. I was dead happy about that. And then as more stuff sort of came to fruition and more rumours and leaks and the things that some people were saying, I became not excited but cautiously optimistic. And in all honesty, I've got to say, out of the 3 specials that we've just got, this is comfortably the worst. And when I say that, I don't mean as in like, oh yeah, it's good, but it's just not as good as the other 2. No, I mean this is bad. When I first watched it, I must say, I did get sort of hooked into it, and I did put on Twitter, oh, it was almost perfect. Pfft, what the fuck did I know? It's one of them where the more I've thought about it, the more I dislike it, because I mean there's several reasons, but let's talk about some of the positives. So first and foremost, David Tennant's back as the Doctor, and I really like his portrayal. One thing that I was really worried about was that we would just get the 10th Doctor again, and whilst there are a lot of similarities, of course there are, this feels like a much more mature, well-rounded version of David Tennant's Doctor previously. It's not necessarily slap in your face, oh my god it's so different, but it's the subtleties in his performance throughout these specials, to be fair, not just this one, that I really enjoyed. And his costume, I know I said it looked awesome before, but oh my god, this is my favourite David Tennant Doctor costume, like comfortably. His others were, this one is great. Although the thing that I thought about actually, it's almost as if this is David Tennant's season 18, if you know what I mean. So Tom had a very distinct look that suddenly changed but is in the same sort of mould as what he had before in his last season. This is sort of like that. So I did actually like the costume more when I thought about it like that, even though I already loved it. Donna is back as... no, she's not. Catherine... I haven't done this for a while, give me a minute. Catherine Tate is back as Donna, and the chemistry between the two of them, again throughout these 3 specials, is great. Not so much in this one. I thought there was some choices in this episode, several choices in this episode, that really made no sense to me. And the whole approach of... Catherine's not bad in this, by the way, let me just make that clear. But the whole approach of the Doctor's sort of reintroduced into Donna's life. And we saw in the End of Time how serious it was. You cannot let her see anything that is Doctor related or TARDIS related or alien related, because she will remember and she will die. The Doctor even says it in this episode. He says it to Shirley, like, if she remembers me, she will die. Well, you didn't do a very fucking good job of hiding it then, did you? Because not only have you got the Meep in the living room, which she seems fine with, by the way, even though she tries to sell it somewhere, but the Doctor's just sat in her living room talking about, oh, Wilf, yeah, I love that man. In Donna's mind, she must be thinking, I'm sorry, but who the fuck are you? And he's comfortably using the sonic. They're in the middle of this alien battle, and it's like throughout the episode, I think there's a moment where Sylvia goes, oh, she called him Doctor, she's starting to remember. How did she not remember before? So I think story-wise, that was done really badly, actually. There's a few things in this story, actually, that they sort of do not make sense, but we're sticking with the positives. Shirley as a character, I do really like her, but again, there's that caveat of, but there's a really dumb moment with her. So there's a bit where the unit soldiers get whammied, and then they get, you know, under the alien influence. Shirley sees this and does nothing about it. Doesn't tell anyone, doesn't report it. When these under the influence unit soldiers come across other unit soldiers, the normal unit soldiers, don't have a fucking clue. Why? But no, she was a really nice addition to UNIT. I did like her scenes with David Tennant where they're just sort of chatting, and obviously because she is the scientific advisor, something that the Doctor was, which is obviously what they reference in this, it was a really nice scene. And the fact that she's got rockets in a wheelchair, that's probably impractical in reality, but I can live with it. I think it's cool. The Meep, played by Miriam Margolyes, I did really like the Meep. Now the thing is, I more or less knew where this was going to go because I've read the original comic book. Obviously the Star Beast is based off of one of the earliest, or maybe even the first, Doctor Who comic from way back when. So I knew roughly what was going to happen because Beat the Meep is a character that I've been aware of for well, years now. And I thought Miriam did a really good job when the Meep is meant to be all cute and innocent and, oh, please help me. I might have to go away for another year after that because that was terrible. But yeah, no, when it's doing that sort of thing, she's really good at it. And then when the Meep just changes and that was a shit click, but stick with it. When she changes into the more angry Meep, like the voice is very much more how Miriam Margolyes sounds, so, but obviously angry. I really liked it. I knew it was going to happen. It's an old school plot twist where we think that we're helping the good guy when in actual fact we're helping the bad guy, and the good guys are the ones that we've been running away from. It's happened in countless different shows and films and all that, and comic books, but still it worked in this story, I thought. I did enjoy the design of the Meep and actually the prop that they actually used, and obviously I can't remember the name of them now, the insect things. They were really cool, and it was nice seeing Unit. David Tennant's great. That's where the positives end for me, I'm afraid. Like I said before, there are things in this episode that don't make sense and that are dumb, frankly, that just, I don't know why they're there. So, as an example, Sean, who is Donna's husband, who we saw in the end of time, to say that you're the luckiest man in the world when your wife has given away 166 million, I wouldn't say I'm lucky. And if you consider that lucky, Christ, what's unlucky? Maybe it's just me, but I'd be fucking fuming if my missus did that. Then it gets to the scene where the Dr. Donna has to return because they're trapped. You know, the doctor's on one side, Donna's on another. The doctor needs to get to the controls on the other side, but can't because there's a glass shield in the way. And so he makes her remember. Now, how she hasn't remembered at this point, I don't know. But either way, he says these code words and then she starts to remember and she's the Dr. Donna again. And then she dies, but she doesn't because the metacrisis passes down to her child, and then so both Rose and Donna are part Time Lord, which kind of makes sense but kind of doesn't. Again though, this was handled haphazardly because maybe I didn't interpret it right, but Rose can have the power of the Dr. Donna or the metacrisis because she's trans or non-binary, because you know it's all like, oh, the Doctor is both male and female and more and everything. Is that right? Is that the only reason why? So if Rose wasn't trans, would that still happen? This is why I'm not getting it, because if that's the only reason why, is that not a bit off? I don't know, maybe I've misinterpreted it. It's not the worst thing that happens in this episode, and that is a line of dialogue that many people have their opinions on. And you know me, I have mine. Something a male presenting Time Lord wouldn't understand. Your previous self would have understood it. You know, just let it go. Are you kidding? Like, are you seriously kidding? And again, it makes no sense in the logic of the story, because this doctor has been a woman and has all of her experiences, all of her memories. So why, because he's a man again, would that just disappear? Do you know what I mean? It's like they don't think it through. It's like they put these lines in just to be like, haha, zing, when in fact they just piss people off, they make no sense, and they don't even need to be there. And it's like as well, are they telling the Doctor, oh, just let go of your powers? You know, the fact that you can regenerate and blah, 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 and all your knowledge. Yeah, the most incredible man that you have ever met. Why don't you just let go of all the reasons why you're incredible? Because obviously, giving away 166 million pounds and eating fucking tuna madras, yeah, you're living the life. Although the big sausage roll, I've got to say, I'm down for that. So yeah, like, it's just, there's certain lines and scenes and moments in this where you understand what they're going for, but they're bashing you over the fucking head with it. And I'm getting sick of it at this point. And it's not just in Doctor Who, it's in general, because it takes you out of the story. Tell a good story first. If you have to reference whatever it is in the political world or the woke world or the anti-woke world or the gammon world, whatever it is, if you want to reference it, do it cleverly. This wasn't clever. So I think that really hurt this story. I think it was a middling story anyway. I think whilst it did a good job of adapting the Star Beast, I wanted to see more of the Meep. I wanted to see more of the insect people. I keep forgetting their name. Why don't we focus on that? And I also think that the resolution of the meta crisis could have been handled a damn sight better. Maybe it would have been more impactful if you had killed Donna off. Or maybe she's permanently the Dr. Donna, and that presents a problem. You know, there's different ways you can do it, but just to sort of be like, yeah, you know that thing that really, really haunted you years ago and was so dramatic and lots of Doctor Who fans have loved it, and even in your very own previous last episode, you focused on how important it was that she doesn't remember. Don't worry about it, because years later she'll have a kid, that kid will get those powers as well, and then they just, you know, get rid of them. That's wank. What isn't wank though is the new TARDIS. Now I'll probably talk about it in more detail moving forward in the other episodes, but I've got to say I love it. It is a really, really beautiful TARDIS set. It's probably, I would say, the biggest that we've had. Actually, no, it's not probably. It definitely is the biggest TARDIS that we've had so far. I love the homage to classic Doctor Who in terms of the aesthetic of it. I love the different sort of ramps going up all over the place. Why there's a coffee machine on the console, I don't know. Same way that I don't like when they add human things into the TARDIS like they have done previously, like the custard cream dispenser or the drinks cabinet in Capaldi's TARDIS. You know, things like that, they don't work for me personally because it is very much an alien spaceship. Yes, he's on Earth a lot, I get that, but still. But the way that Donna spilt the coffee, that needed to be redone. Now, if Donna was going to do that, yeah, it makes sense because she's clumsy. She's always been a bit bleh with things like that. So, you know, the reason for the TARDIS to maybe not blow up as extremely as it did, but for her to do that makes sense. But for her to literally just go like, whoops. Yeah, no, that didn't work. The idea did, the execution didn't. Overall in the Star Beast, like I say, there are positives in here. There are things in here that I just didn't gel with, that felt dumb, that felt unnecessary, that felt too on the nose. And so I'm gonna give this one 4.5. No, that's a bit harsh. 5. 5 out of 10. In the comments below though, guys, let me know what you thought of the Star Beast. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like on it. Subscribe for more because I will be doing the reviews of Wild Blue Yonder and The Giggle very soon. But until then, I will see you in the next one. That's not how I end videos, is it? Take care of yourselves. Goodbye. Boom. It's been a year.